Hey, what's up, guys? Gon's here for the Face Like the Sun YouTube channel. Not feeling too well today. Got a little bit of a stomach bug. I think I ate some bad fruit. So I'm going to keep it short. But basically what I wanted to report on is the news coming out that this week in Washington, D.C., the U.S. National Academies of Sciences and Medicine, the Chinese Academy of Sciences, and the U.K.'s Royal Society are holding a meeting with gene editing experts to discuss the use of tools like CRISPR-Cas9 on humans. And if you don't know what CRISPR-Cas9 is, it's basically a gene editing tool kit that's only a few $100s. Anybody who's a geneticist with a little bit of skill can learn to edit DNA. And, there are consequences to this sort of technology if not regulated. And of course, the technology is already out there. It's, done some good in terms of helping people with blood disorders and stuff like that. But the other side of having this ability is obviously to create genetic abominations, more or less. And again, my belief is that somewhere in dark laboratories, these things are already being done. I don't have definitive hard proof for that, but I think between the sightings of weird creatures people have seen and just the reality that if this technology is available in public at this point in the underground, beyond black budget type stuff, on an island somewhere offshore where, they're not under the jurisdiction of the law or the Western, law of restricting certain levels of human gene editing and stuff like that. I think they are already growing creatures that are pretty much putting us back into the days of Noah. And that's why, of course, I've said it before many times, but when Jesus talked about as in the days of Noah were, so shall it be in the coming of the Son of Man, I think he was talking about some of these sorts of genetic abominations becoming prevalent again. And, I've talked about that several times, so I'm not going to dig into it here, but it's interesting to note because both the Scientist and Scientific American are really concerned about this. And one of the things that was mentioned, especially in Inhuman, the documentary that you can go purchase over at the Skywatch TV website, and I think I'm working on being allowed to show small clips of it on my YouTube channel from Tom Horn. But in any case, one of the things that was mentioned was this idea that, once you edit the gene of a human being, once you change something within, it's permanent. Once the change is done, if that person has a child, that child has that change or that mutation there. So it can really put the trajectory of mankind in a completely different direction where, in our lineage, we have, pretty much passed down the same DNA from one person to another in the same genome. Now things are going to get mixed up, changed, altered, and that can affect law, that can affect all kinds of stuff. So it is something to look out for. It's interesting that they're getting together to talk about this. At the same time, let's not forget COP21 summit in Paris. 150 of the world's global leaders are meeting to talk about climate change and global warming and all this stuff. And they're trying to find out if they can come together and formulate some sort of plan to, bring about a new world order. I think it's pretty clear by now that what they're doing, the whole climate issue, is a little bit of a farce in terms of whether maybe they're the ones controlling the weather, as General Douglas MacArthur pretty much admitted to back in the 60s, or they messed with it and, they're trying to fix it based on what they messed up themselves and blaming it on, carbon emission and stuff like that. The other part of it is also the control of energy, the control of resources. It pretty much has to do with the whole entire New World Order system because that's what they're trying to bring about. Global governance under one rule of law. And can't forget about that. There's other stories that I really want to touch on. But that's it, guys. I'm feeling pretty sick, so I'm going to go rest for the rest of today. Sorry about the low quality vid and the quick video here, but I do want to report on this because it is important, and I do want people to go check out Inhuman, the documentary, if you get a chance. Again, I'm going to work on, being able to show clips of it because I think it's important for people to know some of these things and, be able to watch it. So let me know what you think about gene editing. Obviously, I don't think anyone's jumping on the bandwagon of, hey, let's do it. Let's make it a reality right now. And it already is kind of a reality. But let me end with this, actually. One of the people in the film, Inhuman, is Dr. Hurlbut, who is part of the Council of Bioethics for the president, or was anyway. And, he was a Stanford graduate kind of guy, smart dude. And he said that he doesn't mind, stem cell or cell-based research where you're mixing genes from other animals or whatever it is to look at the effects of certain genetic mixing changes and stuff like that. However, he draws the line when it comes to actually growing a fetus or more, beyond a certain age of these hybrid creatures of half human, half animal that are created in the laboratories. And he thinks that even having any kind of human figure, even with a machine, is something that we shouldn't do because he sees something sacred in the human form. And I thought that was an interesting take. So again, let me know what your thoughts are on this whole topic. Hope you guys have an awesome day. I'm going to go lay down. God bless.